The light god.
Get in there.
That's
Find it. We did have first
13,
pick selected.
13, so he needs 3 more. Even
That
if
was a lot of assists.
even if they lose this series, it's pretty much a lock-in that he's going to hit his milestone. But based on game 1, odds are looking pretty good to win. We see the draft opening up, and Jarvan going to be the first ban in this situation. Obviously, with Pantheons and Zhao out the window, probably if that pick goes up even more so. I guess we could just see similar bans to last time. A lot of the bans then were just like the OP typical ones, like your Varuses, your Orianas, your Rumbles. And then it was Ezreal and Karma were the other two. So Karma, I think, will definitely get banned. What is Kiwoom DRX going to ban, though? Because I feel like you kind of put the weight on HLE to ban Karma. So you could go in a little bit of a different direction. Azir?
Azir.
Okay. I mean, mid-pool, there's still a fair bit of picks available. Still like the Aurora as an option, the Annie. Presumably it's just Karma ban for HLE. And then in terms of first pick, we have occasionally seen the Annie first pick. Sort of in the past couple of weeks. Ezreal ban instead. So it's Karma first pick, presumably. Jhin Karma is an option.
Do they take the Jhin away? Do they care enough? I mean, the Karma's obvious.
I think the problem is, what would you pair the Jhin with? I mean, Jin's pretty good on his own, but like Jhin Bard's not an option. Jhin Nico loses to Karma, depending on what the AD carry pairing is. You could go like Ashe Seraphine if you wanted. But they commit the Gnar pick coming in for Zeus. Zeus will get that, and Zeka will get Annie. So not even giving any look towards the bot lane. Just giving over the Karma and saying we are fine with that. We have no issue. If I'm Kiwoom DRX, I probably grab the Jhin here. And then, in terms of a pick after that, you know, we've often seen the Aurora matched into the Annie.
It's a favorite of Ucal's.
Yeah, could just go for that.
Or maybe you look for something that can deal with Gnar a little bit early on.
Maybe you could go for like Wukong for a denial, because you don't want to play in a Wukong Annie. Also gives you some engage that you don't have. No, instead looking towards the Ambessa. Presumably Ambessa top. Seen it kind of fall off from the jungle.
Willer had a moment there where he was just like, I'm not sure, but okay, let's do it. So, yeah, still open to be flexed.
I feel like in this situation for HLE, you're probably not going to pick a bot laner, just because a lot of bot laners to match Jhin Karma, you kind of want pairings. So probably just going to go for jungler here. Wukong pairs well with Annie. Go for the Naafiri instead. We've seen Naafiri being played more and more, having some good success. Originally came on the scene as like a counter to Vi, because obviously you can just immune her ultimate. Obviously into a Jhin, you can just dodge his full shot, and then he's dropping his bullets and everything.
Yeah.
But, I mean, as much as Annie Naafiri is really frustrating to play into, because it's, you know, point-and-click city, not exactly like prime Naafiri situation, because some games it feels really dominant. Aurora gets banned out to no real surprise. I think for Kiwoom DRX, you probably ban maybe like, I was going to say Ashe or Seraphine, and then maybe a Lulu.
How about a Xayah?
Xayah's already gone. A what?
A Xayah.
Why would you ban Xayah?
Guma loves Xayah.
Why would you play Xayah into Karma Jhin? That sounds miserable.
I mean, they don't seem to care about, you know, getting in positions in bottom lanes. I feel like, especially nowadays, we've seen a lot of overdogs win in lanes, even when they're behind.
Just weird they banned the Vi. I was just talking about how Vi was like, you know, Naafiri was picked as a counter to Vi, and they banned Vi as the team with Naafiri. Definitely an interesting take on the situation. Corki comes through. Corki Nami definitely something that could survive the lane, although it would be a bit on the back foot. So really trimming the power of these duos. It's interesting they opt to ban the AD carries. We normally see the supports banned.
Sivir is another Guma pick.
I think Sivir makes more sense.
Jinx. That's not a pick. MF is another one of his go-tos. And it could follow up big on the Annie stun or an R stun.
I mean, you could go... I mean, MF's a strong laner. You could also go like MF Leona and just look to kill Karma. That is a plausible strategy. But, you know, obviously if things don't go well in lane, you're going to be in for a tough time. A lot of explosive damage, but also a lot of champions on the side of HLE that are very snowbally. You know, feast or famine. So we'll see how they go. Kiwoom DRX considering the Poppy as an option. Obviously very strong front line and so much movement speed with the Karma backing it up. And what is Ucal going to play in the mid lane? Into the Annie specifically.
We just saw Hui picked into it by Daystar in our first series. It didn't go well.
Yeah, it wasn't super convincing.
Solo kill at level 3 didn't help. And he says, I'm going to play Mel.
Okay, I mean, I don't think this is the best Mel angle. I mean, it's the light, so he's just going to go the Rell. I feel like not as much 2v2 pressure as the Leona would have into the Karma, but, you know, your ult combo is really powerful. There's a lot of wombo on the side of HLE. Playing the Mel into Naafiri Annie seems very unfun. They can just kind of post 6, you're so liable to just be exploded.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit of a concern for Kiwoom DRX. My other concern is that when fights start, you know, if they just pop everything and explode someone, fight could be over the moment. But in fairness, you know, Jhin can operate at a safe distance. Mel's like mid to long range. I mean, not long range, but like, you know, mid range and has her W for a bit of safety. And like Rell's playing into Poppy, which isn't the most fun. It's also Jhin Karma into a melee support. So yeah, I think HLE has a work cut out for them in this one.
Yeah, it just feels like sometimes they just pick stuff that they're confident on and they say, well, the lane might be rough, but we're going to get through it and we're better than them, so I'm going to play my Rell. You know, that's been something we've seen before. We saw it in Nautilus. That delayed played the other day into, I think that was Kate Karma. Either way, that is going to be the comp. It's definitely a very dangerous engage comp from the side of HLE, and that's where that aggression might be coming through. And we'll see if Willer on the Poppy can help them get through some of these team fights in Game 2.
미니언들이 생성되었습니다.
Alrighty, game number 2 on the cards here. Kiwoom DRX behind the game. Has the barrier already utilized by Guma.
Yeah, Cleanse gone by LazyFeel here. Really not a ton of cleansable CC. There's like the Gnar into the wall and the wallop, but if you're getting hit by that, then, you know, you're kind of cooked anyway. There's the Annie, obviously, and the Rell does have a Q stun. Does make you weaker a bit in the trades, but I guess it's another situation of we're so strong in the 2v2, I don't think I need barrier. And we'll see if the situations later where the cleanse does save him. For now, some decent trading back coming in. These double ups from Gumayusi getting a ton of value. Okay, but they did just get hit by Mantra Q from Andil. Both guys, you need to start getting hit by these.
That's 3 in a row! What's going on? I mean, they're going to hit level 2. And hopefully...
Okay, nice. They dodged that one.
Yeah, they did. Nice.
That's called growth.
Well, you can see that they... well, Kanavi's here. Who could have guessed?
Yeah. Oh, Dalight's going to flash it. Okay, he's on a ward.
He's looking for Willer. I mean, he's going to find him. And says, I'm Naafiri. I mean, what are you going to do at level 3? Not too much as Poppy.
Yeah, and no lanes are moving at the moment. They're kind of locked in on what they're doing. Now we see Andil and LazyFeel. Well, Andil specifically trying to move up. Willer feels confident to start this up. Kanavi has moved off. There's a lot of information achieved. And he's like, oh, well, I know where you are. I know that you don't have red buff and where you've been, so I'm just going to take your red buff.
Fair enough, Kanavi. He's like, well, what do I do if I don't get a kill at level 3 in the bottom lane? This is weird. I guess I'll just invade the enemy jungle and take all his stuff.
Well, the red buff at least.
Yeah, all his stuff.
Yeah.
Red buff.
Wow, that's a reference to the... what was it called again?
I know the Korean name.
What was the Korean name?
I don't think anyone will get that one. But it was basically just like a...
I know what it was.
Like a group event.
Yeah, I know what it was. The content show thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what it's a reference from. I don't remember what the name is, and you're not helping by saying, oh, I know the Korean name.
Yeah.
Keep your secrets, Brendan.
But I don't know the English one, so it's not going to help us now.
Keep your secrets, Brendan.
Yeah.
I see how it is. Well,
they don't really seem to care about the Jhin karma at all.
red buff team came second, right? What was your team name? Your team was the blue team. You didn't call yourself blue buff. You missed a trick there.
Yeah, we were a little bit more original.
What do you mean?
Sorry, Wolf.
Wow.
No, I actually really liked red buff, especially because...
it's coming to me. I think the name of it was Lane Mates The Desk Games, and that's not because production wrote on the prompter.
Yes, thank you, production. Or was that Degon? We don't know. Didn't have the Degon stamp on it, so it was probably Sumbi. I'm guessing. Yeah, thank you, Sumbi. But, kind of forget. Our name was like Global... Oh, it's Global Gang. That's what it was. Gang, 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 yeah.
Oh, I remember. Oh, man, good times.
All right, we're going in here. And we're going out here. All right, we're going back here.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing fine in farm so far. Gumi even got an early cull, so a bit of extra sustain and that investment.
Zeus level 6. Gets
Wow.
Gnar on the wall. I don't think he gets a kill here, but Rich immediately...
I mean, it was pretty slick regardless. Doesn't get the kill, but he is ahead sizably in this matchup. You can kind of see he's been making Rich feel the pain.
You know, we've seen a lot of Ambessa in top lane and losing matchups when they have a lot of CC in the squad. That kind of like sets up the Ambessa, you know? They have Poppy. And a Jhin root.
They have a Ucal root as well.
Okay, well...
Andil root.
Yes. Technically, they do. It's no Annie Nautilus.
Oh,
they're trying to dive
no.
Rich now, and Willer is here with Flash. But Zeka's here as well. The flash over the wall, that is the end of him. First blood goes over to Zeka. And that's the HLE we know and love. Meanwhile, Guma has to play by himself. Weak side AD carry. He's taking a beating, has to flash away.
Well, flashes at the last moment, gets chunked out heavily. Fortunately, LazyFeel doesn't have his ultimate available yet to follow up on that. But a pretty proactive play from HLE on the top side nets them a sizable lead. You can see Zeka was a bit behind in mid, now has a gold advantage, and Zeus is really twisting the knife here. And the end result is, I know Guma did lose his sums, which is a hit, but still within touching distance in terms of farm.
What are we doing here? We're ganking Zeka. He doesn't have his flash to use it in the top lane for the gank, as tons of damage already coming in. Zeka trying to dodge as much as possible, but the damage is too much, and he does come down.
Good move there. Zeka not having the flash available made that easy to set up with the pathing from Andil. Now, Navi's coming over, is level 6. Smite secure from Willow will get it, but he's still not level 6, still behind a good amount. So just want to hit that as soon as possible. I feel like, okay, last game, we had the 280 carries, right? Guma and Zeus. And now both of them, I know Gnar's not truly an AD carry, but both have gone Cull. They're just interlinked.
Andil in a little bit of trouble here. We got the follow-up from Guma and Kanavi. But he just heals and runs away. Utilizes the walk strategy. As now we got a bit of a mix-up. The curtains are open. They want to burst down one target. That is Kanavi, who does get taken out. And Andil drawing a lot of aggro, getting super low, but he's Karma. Able to get away. Now Guma in an awkward spot. Just going to throw out the bullet time. And doesn't have much support as Zeka and Delight run away. And it's 2 kills over to Kiwoom DRX.
Just ends up being a bit of an overstep. Great setup for LazyFeel to get an ult off. And I feel like HLE biting off more than they can chew on that one. Guma having no sums as well means he was just super overextended in the end result of that play. Kanavi ends up not really achieving much there either. Had ult, had flash, and just kind of goes down. We'll see the replay of it. So they're looking for Andil, but the stun doesn't connect from Delight. I think maybe if it had, they might have just fully committed for this play, and Kanavi would have ulted. Then they hang around looking for more. They get slowed. Ucal has this great flank angle, and it's kind of pincer with the Jhin works so well. The stun from Willa into the root just means Kanavi doesn't get to play the game. Andil kites out low HP. And then initially it looks like Delight might be in trouble, but they just kind of say, oh, Guma has no sums, let's turn on to him. There is a flash forced by LazyFeel, but still positive.
We heard some like mini Nisus in there, and then Joker was like, no, we gotta up the vibes in this booth.
Yeah.
Can be hard when things going right.
Ucal's 3-0 on this Mel. Pretty scary.
Yeah, he kind of got the freebie onto the Annie, and then he picked up the 2 in the jungle.
Yeah. And the thing is, in this composition for HLE, if you fall behind, like these champions are not comeback champions. This is not like Sivir Yumi where you just chill and eventually you're going to be strong. Like, yes, there's still like the engage wombo combo aspect of it, but there is things from Kiwoom DRX that can make that hard. Like the Poppy, even the movement speed for the Karma. But like Naafiri, Annie, MF are just these champions that are like, you know, if they're behind, it's a bit underwhelming. 50 gold?
Zeka doesn't do the pullback that we saw from BDD. He sent it into the bush to scout. And unfortunately, that cost him 50 gold. Well,
it didn't cost him.
It didn't cost
opponent 50 gold.
I mean, yeah.
It increased the goal differential
technically,
by 50. Yeah.
So HLE had that one play, the extension there on the wall up, not going to land this time. We've seen a lot of that.
Oh, we have the hubris first from Kanavi. I mean, this item got buffed.
Yeah.
And it's nuts in solo queue. I think they're actually planning to nerf it into the ground.
Kanavi in his itemization brings it into pro. We got another Andil gank coming through here, but the hop is available. And so's the boomerang. Answer Q comes in, and Zeus is going to respect it with the flash. As Kanavi says, oh, maybe I can take this dragon then. Swiller does show up, but TP coming in from Zeka. And HLE really want to stake their claim on this objective.
Yeah.
Vision here, Zeka's got the angle, has flash, and oh man, they're getting caught in the wombo. Not a lot of damage actually connects though. Nice ult away from Willer, and no kills just yet. And now the angle here once again from LazyFeel. Very nice, but Willer super low as the flash comes in, and Guma will secure it. Double up nearly catches Ucal there. But at the end of the day, kind of pulling teeth here for just the 1 kill for Hanwha Life eSports. Now the re-engage onto Andil. The stun lands, and he's able to just get away. Tons of damage actually going into Delight. The 4th shot would be nice, but
oh, he wants to so bad.
Ooh, he can't get in range.
He wanted to do it so much, but he resisted the temptation. Likely would have been certain death if he went for it. So, not the most structured fight. Delight gets this attempt at a huge engage, but the Poppy does an okay job of neutralizing it, and then Willa knocks away the Naafiri to kind of just disengage Kanavi from the fight. Jhin, honestly, the angle was good, the potential was massive, but Delight just blocked all the shots. Really disappointing, honestly, for the side of Kiwoom DRX, because with those low health bars, you really expect to be cleaning up those kills with the Jhin.
Yeah, now maybe trying to set something up here on the top side once again, going back to where their bread was buttered a little bit early on. This is on Vision. Willer's right here. And he just gets to stand next to Rich. Steadfast presence available and say, nope, not going to happen this time, guys.
But we look at the top lane matchup, and I don't think it really matters whether or not they pull off the dive. It's a pretty big lead. And we often talk about Ambessa being this pick who has like the really strong one-item spike with Eclipse that we always see in top lane Ambessa. I don't think it's going to make up for that big of a discrepancy.
Yeah. Also, if you don't get to buy the item for many minutes, that's certainly going to affect its efficacy. As now Rich, Delight has snuck in here, but...
So actually the big thing with one-item spikes that people don't often talk about, you actually have to buy an item to get the spike.
Yes, absolutely. Zeus is like, I've got a combo here. I can throw this in, but now the public execution straight in onto Zeus. Delight is here trying to peel for his buddy, and he will be able to. Meanwhile, in the enemy jungle, Ucal with a big shutdown available, but he just kites it out and kills Kanavi. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Delight in a lot of trouble here. The knockback, and Willer not quite able to land it, meaning Delight does get away.
Kanavi trying to find the assassination attempt and just is not successful. You've opted into this snowballing item that's conditional. Like a lot of the power is based on getting initial kills. We see here, doesn't quite have the damage to kill Rich. Rich turns it around and it gets a little bit hectic. Zeus, unfortunately for Kiwoom DRX, it ends up being Andil who gets the kill. But they'll still take it. They'll still take this shutdown here. Didn't want to risk it, him getting away. And in the meantime, Kanavi's like, oh, I can just jump on Ucal. But you're not full HP when you go for it. And even with the tippers to help, just gets nuked. But again, you bought an item where so much of the power is locked behind, you have to get a takedown, and then you get that extra AD. Yeah. And it stacks up over the course of the game. Like, if you had, say, we saw a lot of Eclipse-based items from Naafiri's. If you had that extra damage, could that have made the difference, maybe? Perhaps.
Yeah. I think it still would have been very close, but could have been the difference maker. It was a relatively long chase, and even the ult came in, so could have been the difference for sure. As we do have this Drake up still, as it feels like HLE haven't really been showing a lot of pressure on the Drakes. You know, they gave up 3 in the first game and didn't seem to care. Eventually went on to win it anyway. And now they haven't found an angle to take it, and neither have Kiwoom, so Zeus says, I'll just do the Rift Turret. All right.
But yeah, pretty easy to do that. I mean, ultimately, this is a really late first dragon. It's not even being really prioritized now. So Soul's just not honestly on the cards. Looks like Kiwoom DRX, like, Willa moved up to try and contest this, but was just a bit late. I feel like game 1, we kind of had the situation where, you know, Kiwoom DRX focused on the dragons. HLE were kind of like, we'll leave it for now. We'll have another focus. Neither team this game really cares about dragons, it seems.
Yeah. They just do not care at all. A dragonless game of League of Legends. I mean, we haven't had a big fight anywhere near the dragon that has led to the teams being able to take it. I mean, there was that one in the jungle, but
I think
some low health bars. And, LazyFeel in a lot of trouble here, has to flash away.
Yeah, Clean's not really helping too much in that situation. And eventually has to commit the flash there. Ghostblade, I think, was on cooldown.
Andil just kind of backing awkwardly in the river, trying to get to the wall, and he will be able to, but the chase of the Naafiri does lock him down.
Okay, kill secured. You also get some stacks on your Hubris and the extra power it offers you right now. That 17 extra AD. Not insignificant.
We'll see if it helps him out here as Delight hits his milestone of 4,500 assists.
Perhaps it is insignificant if that happens, but congratulations to Delight for that huge achievement. 10th for LCK total assists. I'm pretty up there in terms of supports.
really, there's been like so much going on in this game, so much back and forth, a lot of like HLE getting caught and doing pretty aggressive things, but it not paying off. Kanavi dying 3 times.
Look.
And at the end of the day, there's a gold lead for HLE, and it's just Zeus and a little bit of Guma.
You said to me, though, you wanted to see the over-aggression.
Yeah.
The aggression from Kanavi. We're getting it.
Yeah.
You know? The monkey paw kills. Yeah, this was just several leaps too far, we'll say.
Yeah.
But they are, as you said, still ahead. Massive gold lead on Zeus. Gumayusi has a substantial gold lead as well. And I feel like the Gnar is just going to continue to be a problem in the side lanes. But I still feel like HLE's composition, they still have the wombo combo.
Any face checkers? Says Willer, super low, but he is Poppy. Just going to throw out the Magnet Storm, catches them both eventually, and everybody gets caught up in the damage, including Ucal, who gives a massive shutdown worth the gold over to Kanavi.
Yeah, Ucal just kind of face checked there. It was a bit of a weird one, but a nice pick setup from HLE that gets rewarded. And just like that, 21 stacks in the hubris, ton of gold comes in a pocket.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they're looking for more.
Yeah, I think Andil is just dead here. He doesn't have flash. The turret's gone. And Kanavi's like, wait, give me that kill. And eventually, he will get the kill.
Yeah,
so
that was
3 in a row.
It's not very difficult to kill a Karma for Kanavi, but suddenly the momentum swings. Maybe the whole hubris prior was like when you buy Medjais with low stacks and stack it up. Here, they dump a lot onto Willer. And Ucal just kind of walks in. I guess didn't see the light initially, but even so, that was kind of crazy to just wander in like that.
Yeah.
As a Mel, you know, as a mobile champion.
Like, you know, there's champions there you can just like throw a bunch of stuff into that bush. But I guess because Andil was there as well, they were like, maybe we win this fight, so let's push the envelope. But either way, pretty strange as Rich is going to taxi on a Guma. Zeka was on the chase with the TP, but couldn't find the angle.
On the back of that, I feel like HLE's position now is a lot more stable, the gold advantage they have. They're looking to fight.
Yeah, Zeus doing a good job of baiting them into this one, and it looks like Andil's going to have to pay the price once again. It's been a rough time for him in the last 5 minutes. The curtains opened up just to be met with a bullet time to the face. And meanwhile, we got Kanavi going in by himself into the enemy jungle.
Yeah.
Just giving over some money, you know?
Well,
being generous. Generous Giga Chat.
No one can ever say he's a KDA player.
That's true. I don't think he cares about that at all.
Flank coming in from Rich, looking for maybe Zeka. The stun comes through, and that kind of puts a stop to that.
Yeah, the root also going to miss. And Zeus is having a great time of just running at them as he flashes into 4 people, has the Mega Gnar coming up, and they know that they can't really do much into Zeus. That is going to be his flash down. Mikhail's thrown out onto Rich. The root is blocked here by Delight as Rich was getting a lot of value in there. The Tether not going to keep Delight around, and HLE finally backing away.
You really asked for this, by the way.
I did.
I'm blaming this on you.
This is wild.
There is no off button for this team. You know, they had the controlled game, game 1. Maybe that was like...
It was like a test run?
That was like the homework, you know?
Yeah.
Like, guys, you have to do the assignment.
It's the daily quest.
You have to do the calm, relaxed, slow game. And if you do, you can have a little bit of fun in game 2.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit too much fun for Kanavi. The Poppy pick definitely doing pretty good against the Naafiri.
So
이거 빼는 게 좋아. 이거 좀 오버 좀 하지 말아라.
let's back. He says, don't overdo it.
I wonder at what point he said that.
I just wonder how many times he's said that since the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Because,
you know what?
Yeah.
Some teams just, they really need someone who's there to say, guys, chill.
You never thought it would be Delight, too. Like, he's kind of the guy that always used to go in. And even early this year, I remember a lot of Rakan games where he just did insane things, not in a good way.
I wonder if, like, prior to this year, Delight would say he was an aggressive player, and now after playing with Kanavi, he's like, I'm a player of mild temperament.
Yeah, he's seen some things. You know?
he's
really he's more experienced now.
He understands what it means to really be aggressive.
Yeah. Delight wants it, you can tell. And there it is. He's going to catch two. The follow-up a little late, but eventually Zeka comes in, and there's the bullet time. That is how the composition works. You layer the ults, you kill the people, and you just take them down. The burn is good. The bleed from the Naafiri. That's 4 kills. Just like that, it's only LazyFeel who's still alive.
Pretty explosive finish, and this kind of shows what HLE composition wants to do in the team fights. You get that big wombo combo. It's the textbook Delight Rell. You know what? This is the measured aggression that Delight has. Lands it. Follow-ups there. Ucal tries to slide out, but still gets caught in it, and they just get obliterated. Rich on the back line does kill Zeka, but dies for that trade, and Andil just bleeding out over time.
And Willer was standing right in the front, you know, like he was there. He's like, I'm Poppy. I'm gonna press my W. You're not gonna engage. And Delight flashes on them, and he's like, oh crap, like I didn't see that coming. By the way, we've had 1 Drake take. This is so weird.
This is not a Drake heavy game.
I feel like this is a record or something. We might hit like lowest Drakes in the game taken if none of the other Drakes are taken.
No. Do you not remember that game? I remember because we did that on the space, and the dragon was sitting there for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Without dying. Like, that was crazy.
I just feel like, especially nowadays, we have so much prio on the Drakes.
That wasn't that long ago, to be fair, the example I'm talking about. Yeah. That, at the time, also felt insane and egregious.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Gonna try to knock him into them, and that's a big ult of 3 to get them away. Unfortunately, it kind of felt like they were already done with the fight, so they're like, oh, okay, we got ulted away. Now we got a Gnar, potentially. Yeah, there it is. And the push continues as they run back after the Poppy ult knocks him away.
So I'm going to deal with these Baron of waves. And there's just this constant pressure in the mid lane right now. This tower taking so much damage.
I mean, they're 10,000 gold ahead.
I mean,
Gumayusi
MF
just
has
run
so
left.
much movement speed, yeah.
Just run left. And Zeus is like, you know what? I'm just going to TP after him. Let's just, yeah. Well, nice try, Rich. You had to do something desperate to try to come back in this game, but I think that was maybe a bridge too far.
Perhaps.
A TP too far. And HLE at this point with Baron, they just want to get as much value as possible. Maybe even end this game at this point. They're like, what are we having for dinner, guys? Because
like
it doesn't look like Kiwoom have a chance.
I mean, the Baron power play is over 4,000. And, oh, it just feels like the base is folding.
Zeus could have like flash ult right before the end of his Gnar, but instead he's like, no, I'm just gonna show him who's boss. Kanavi goes in, of course. He's just zoning them. And he actually is. He's pushing them away from the turrets as his team kills the structures. This time Delight's engaged, not really gonna get it done. Guys, you do have to hit the Nexus if you want to win the game, as they kill Rich instead. And now they'll hit the Nexus, I guess. Having a bit of fun is HLE, but in the end of the day, it is a 2-0. And it finishes off in pretty nice Hanwha Life eSports fashion.
Yeah, I feel like that last push was just keep taking more, keep taking more, keep taking more. Okay, game's over.